every time that I do collabs with people, it's always like super fun, but there's that beginning where it's like we've been talking, we've been totally fine, like having fun. The second the camera starts, where you're like, how do we start this? Hi guys! Like, I don't know, it feels so not.
It's just not right.
I don't know, because we've obviously been talking, so it's weird to be like, this is Jen! Oh my god! You know? Like, I don't know. Today I'm here with Jen Luvs Reviews, who, if you've never watched her stuff, you're missing out because she is the most objectively awesome. I love what you're doing. She's doing such amazing stuff with YouTube where it's really, you don't see it a lot. Like your minute makeup, 60 second, not 60 minutes. It's like bringing everything that we want to know without all of the fluff.
Try to bring it minute every day, and then we do that full-length show on Sundays where you can get like the meat, like all the juicy stuff on Sundays.
Today we're gonna be doing a little like masterclass style video. Jen, her family is doing this cross-country amazing summer road trip, which is like what you see in the movies, and it's so cool. I'm like jealous. Her van's outside. I'm like, this is so amazing. And so she reached out to me and wanted to do a kind of masterclass style video on something that she wanted to learn how to do. Yeah?
Yes, I'm good at like analyzing and getting good reviews out there, and giving you product information, giving you details about the product, but my advanced skills are lacking. I've got basic skills in makeup, but the things that are harder, I'm not a trained makeup artist. I've been watching Alicia for years. I would say at least a solid 7 years. I know she's been on longer than that. Every time I wanted to learn how to do something, I always have gone to Alicia for years and years and years. So I was like, what better person to teach me how to do something I don't know how to do?
Their kids were swimming earlier, and she's outside. She's like, Violet, I've been watching your mom since before you were born. Violet's like, she can't even understand. Like, there wasn't a time before I was born.
Before my son was born too.
That's great. That's so crazy to me. Oh my gosh.
Yeah. I wanted to learn how to do a cut crease because I've attempted it and it looks okay, but I would never wear it on camera because I'd get wrecked. So
I'm gonna teach her the same way that I've taught people before in person, where I'm gonna do one eye of hers and then she's gonna do the other, and we're gonna do it step by step, so that way she's able to learn, see what I'm doing on her face, because if I do it on my face, it's not the same as if she's doing it on her own face. I think it's gonna be fun. I'm excited. We're not gonna do anything crazy. Let's get started. Yes. Do you use a shadow base?
I have my MAC paint pot and Painterly. I have that.
Wow, that's like throwback for me. I haven't used that in so long.
I learned from somebody that the MAC paint pot and Painterly was a very good eyeshadow base. So I've been using it for years.
I just like using concealer lately. Just like that. So I always put it on my hand. I don't know.
So you swatchy on the hand. After I swatchy on the hand, I do a little brush, and then I swipe. I think I had too much on the brush.
That's okay. Just use your hand. Like, use your finger to pull it off.
Blend it?
Blend. Yeah.
All right. How's that? How'd I do?
Perfect. Step 1, complete. The first thing I'm going to do is do a transitioning color. I feel like that's, no matter what look, I always do that. So we'll do this one, Dunes. And the nice thing about how to do the cut crease, it's so funny how to do it now versus like when I was learning how to do a cut crease, then you'd have to literally like, we didn't think about the concealer trick. So
you had to just draw a straight line?
It was drawing like using a really light color.
Gosh, wow.
Yeah. So I'm just honestly like windshield wipering this on. It's just so that there's like a base there. I want you to see.
Okay, I'll wink.
Just kind of.
Baby. I'm like winking at myself. Hey, baby.
Yeah, we'll just do it like that. So like.
That crease looks good.
So I like to do this like a medium color that's matte, because then it's probably going to get covered up, or even if it doesn't, it's at least just giving like a base.
Okay. So that's like a lot more than I would have done for the crease. Like there's like a lot more, like it's going out more than I would have done. So that's why I'm trying to learn.
Okay. Like, so where would you normally?
I would have stopped at like here.
Okay.
But going up higher is helpful.
Mm-hmm. So that's how you'd see it. And because this is a color that it's not super dark, so it is going like up into your brow almost. It's like if you were painting on canvas, you'd put like a white down first, so there's something that to grab all the other color. Okay. That's kind of what it is.
Okay.
That's how I see it.
Okay. Like this is what that's not what well, it's messier than I would have done, but like I would have stopped it like there.
Let me see.
Like I would have blended more than that, but I would have stopped it at that level. Like I wouldn't have gone as high. But I see what you're saying. Like when you do a cut crease, you're gonna need.
Oh my gosh.
The babies are having fun. But you have to see,
Yeah.
like, where...
I like to do it so that you can see it when your eyes are open.
Okay, yeah. But I need more product because you have a lot. Okay, you have more in the outer corner than I have.
I like how you, like, twirl it.
I feel like when I twirl in the product, I get it all over the brush, so I don't have to dip back as many times. Because I'm lazy. It's funny, the things that you do differently. You know, people...
Yeah, that's why I like doing it kind of like you do and I do, so then I can kind of see how you are... I would blend a little bit more on the outside.
Okay. This is a really floppy brush, too.
Yes, I always... When I do the transitioning color, I like to do something that is definitely loose, because I feel like we don't want it... We're not trying to pack color on. We want it really diffused.
Gotcha. That makes sense.
So try and just do more like...
Like that?
Yeah.
Okay.
There you go.
My arm feels like it's going to fall off soon, so that means I must be doing a good job, right?
Yes. Perfect.
Perfect.
So then...
I did something perfect!
Yes! And the next thing I would do would be to take a darker color. So I'm going to use Smoke. Tap off the extra. That's always really important, too. I like to call this, like, less than greater than, because it's just going in the crease right in the outer corner, and then it's going just like a sideways V. Just right there.
Oh, okay. Gotcha.
And then I'll go back with this and just like lightly blend it back and forth so that it kind of diffuses it. So we're adding depth. We're creating depth into the crease without getting the color all over. So really we're kind of depending on this brush that has that transitioning color on it, because it's going to blend it and make it softer. If you need a little bit more, like tap like really lightly with the floppy brush, pat it on, and then kind of diffuse it so it doesn't get all over.
So this looks similar to something I do, but that's done very well. So we'll see how it goes. We'll see if I can do it. So we're gonna do, which one is...
Try not so much patting. Try you still can, but like try to move a little bit more so that
like this
the product
kind of situation.
Yeah, so that way it's less like stamped.
Oh, okay. I always stamped. No stamping.
Stamping packs color on. Right now we're not trying to pack it so much as we're placing it, but we're gonna diffuse it. Packing is something I will do if I want that color to stay where it is and to be super vibrant.
Okay, gotcha. But we don't want that right now. Oh, no. See, I packed again.
Okay, that's good. Okay. Now blend.
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 I say blend to you.
Yours looks good. Yeah? Yours looks really good, yeah.
Okay.
Really, that's like the main things that I like to do in the crease.
Okay.
I might add a little bit more. We'll see, because the next thing is doing the actual cut crease part.
Okay.
So we don't have anything on the lids yet.
Right.
So I'm going to take a little bit of the concealer and then a flat brush. I usually go for this.
Okay.
This is a concealer brush. No, it's an eyeshadow brush. But I like that it's dense.
Okay.
It's got a shape, and it's just a little bit bigger. You could use the smaller one too. This is so like much easier than it used to be. It's crazy to me. We didn't do much on the top, so this won't be too hard. You're just following where your crease is. And this is something that is nice with the concealer, because you can easily pull it and kind of manipulate it. For example, like that's where your natural crease is, but if you open your eyes, we're not really going to see it. Okay. So that way we know we want to go a little bit maybe out this way, pull it back, get the shape that we want. Yeah, so that way we can see just a little bit, because I just like that. I think that what's the point of a cut crease if you can't see it? Because then it's just going to look like normal makeup. So do you see how you can see it?
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
I think that's really the important part.
Okay, I'm getting nervous because I'm going to have to do this. My lazy self just wants to go... I do.
Well, if you're doing cut crease, you gotta commit.
I know, you gotta commit to the process here. I'm so scared right now. Like,
just makeup.
I know, I don't want to mess it up. Oh gosh.
Okay, so you have too much on your brush, so just tap. Yep.
Okay, good. Oh my lordy.
Closer,
a little closer. Sorry. I hope
no, you're
okay,
fine.
Okay, my contacts are not helping me right now.
So try and do a little bit longer of a stroke, if that makes sense. Yeah. Look at you, see?
I did it!
See?
All right, this is cool. Okay. All right, okay. All right, it's because I'm scared of it. I'm like not committing to it. How far did you go? Okay, you went up.
Yeah.
So I need to go up, like.
Yeah.
Okay.
There you go. It's not little.
That's what.
It's not like sketching. Sketching, you would do a whole bunch of little. You want to like
commit
to it.
Go. Like that's the line. It's going. We're going for it. That's what I need to do. Okay. Hold on, I need to make it match. So we're gonna go up.
That might have been a little too high. That's okay, we can fix it.
Okay, we'll fix it. Wait, but it kind of matches except for that one little spot.
Oh no, that actually does look good. Okay, wow, I went a lot higher than I thought I did.
Ooh.
Look at that! See? Sometimes it's as small as like technique.
That's the thing. It's the technique. And that's the thing I feel like is missing from a lot of tutorials.
People don't think about that.
You don't think, people say, okay, now apply the concealer, and they just go. They don't say, like, apply in a long stroke, you know? Like, that's the kind of instruction I need.
You don't think about it until somebody's there being like, this is what's causing
Right, okay. I was trying to get this little taily thing you got going on over there. Like,
I don't even think that was on purpose, so just don't even worry about that. That's probably, it's probably going to get covered up anyways.
Okay.
So, yeah, I think that's good. So what color do you want to do?
I don't know. This thing is so cool. Like, I don't even know. What matches?
You do like purples or blues or... I never match my clothes, so I don't know. I always just go with like
I used to work at Outback Steakhouse.
Okay.
And they had all the colored shirts with the buttons on it back then, like all the pins. So I always matched my eyeshadow to my colored shirt that I wore at Outback. I'm like all about that. And people were like, Jen, you have bright blue eyeshadow. And I was like, I know, I have a blue shirt.
Logic.
Come on.
Makes sense.
Really? So I always think about like what matches my shirt, and half the time I get it wrong, but it's okay because people love me for me.
Yes.
So, you know, I've played in the purple some, but I think it would be fun to play in something different.
Okay. You know what would be cool? Maybe is this like these three? We could do that.
I like that. She's talking about these three right
those
here.
Three?
These guys.
Okay. Yeah, let's do that.
Yeah?
So let's start with peach. So this guy is a little bit small. I mean, you could kind of do whatever, but this one, we're really wanting that color to pop. This is really just back to basics, like you're a kid filling in like color in the lines is basically what we're doing here.
Which I was not very good at.
So this is where you'll be great though, because it's stamping.
It's stamping, which I'm good at.
Yeah.
I can stamp.
So basically, we're just gonna stamp this and just make sure when we get close to that cut crease, guiding it along, packing the color on, and we're just making sure that it just stays right up to that edge. I don't like to stamp so much when it's right along that edge because I want that to be crisp. So I find that actually just doing that sort of windshield wiper, but like being aware of it, not like crazy. We'll do Buttercup next. I'm gonna do this sort of like in the center, I think. And when I blend two colors together, sometimes what I'll do is actually have one of the shades on one side and one on the other.
Oh.
And so that way we can kind of go flip the brush. And that way you get that really nice,
you just changed
really
my
nice
life.
blend.
I never thought to do that.
Yeah, that's just because then you have both colors on there, and so they're not fighting against each other.
And that's a time saver there too.
Yeah.
And when you're trying to pull something like this off, you can take a long time.
Mm-hmm. So this is Flamingo.
Oh, that's so pretty.
And again, just getting it to the crease. And then just blend, blend, blend. Those look really nice together. That, you know what, I almost like, I want to mix them a little bit more because they really look like a drink I want to drink.
Yeah.
Okay.
Some kind of peach smoothie drink thing.
Yep, and then just when you get up towards the edge of it, just a little bit more.
Okay.
Less like stamping and more
zhuzhing.
More just swiping. Swipey. I think your main thing is you just have to go a little bit slower.
Okay.
Just try and a little bit slower.
Okay.
So that you get it right along that line. Yeah.
Here.
Yes, I think you're good with the...
So now I need more peach?
I would just start going with Flamingo.
Flamingo.
And because these colors are like all that same kind of shimmeriness, they're all blending really nicely together. So if you need to add more of one thing, like I don't think it'll be really an issue.
Trying to go slower and not be impatient.
That's kind of cool though about this palette is it's nice and soft, but you could bump it up too if you wanted to. But I kind of like how soft it is.
Mm-hmm.
It's so islandy.
Well, and the other thing, like you were saying about the textures, sometimes palettes will have multiple textures. Mm-hmm. Like some of the shimmers will be really, really bold and intense and foiled, and then some of them will be a little calmer. And I always have trouble mixing those because like the intensity is off, so it's hard to get it to look good.
Like, that makes sense.
You know, it doesn't blend right because the colors blend, but the textures are so drastically different.
So the only thing, like, with this, I think that we need to kind of bump up the actual cut crease aspect of it.
Okay.
So the cut crease is there, but we need a little bit more actual crease color so that it feels a little bit more defined. I'm going to go with the Huda palette now just because I know that there's more, like, warmer colors. We're going to kind of enhance the crease aspect. So what I want you to do when you think about this is think about the same way that you would line like with a liquid liner.
Okay.
We're really wanting that crisp line. So
Okay.
I'm putting oud a little bit on here, tapping it off because we don't want this to be too much. And so I'll start like in the center-ish, but all I'm doing is just kind of defining that line. So you don't even need a lot of product, and I'm being really light with it. It kind of crisps up the cut crease, but it also is giving it almost like a little bit of a contrast so you actually can really see it.
It's giving me Arizona desert vibes here.
That actually is perfect. So do you see what I mean?
Yeah,
How like it's just giving it a little bit of something. And we'll take amber so it's a little bit warmer and just kind of going over it. And when I do this, I'm sure you can tell this is extremely light because I don't want this to go on your actual lid. I want this to stay in the crease. I want this to go a little bit above and blend upwards. So I'm making sure that this brush is just barely touching your skin so that it's going just where I want it and it's blending just a little bit so that it's keeping that really crisp line.
So right here,
Wherever feels natural to you.
the pressure is on. Okay, is that what you did?
Yeah.
Yeah, okay. And go all the way across?
However far you want the cut crease to go. So for you, I did it about to here. It's one of those things that you want to kind of build. It might not look perfect at first, but that's why we use the blending brush.
Okay.
I want you to take this brush. I'm like this. It's like bouncing it off.
Okay.
And then you're just going to really, really, really lightly, you're going to just go along the top. Yep.
Because this is going to blend with that darker shade, right? And
Yes.
get more of like a gradient.
But just make sure that you're not hitting the lid color. I want like this, like just barely.
Okay.
Hold your brush a little bit closer.
Okay.
If you hold it closer, you have more control.
Right.
This is literally like, this is the only part that's touching your eye. Just
Okay.
the tiniest bit at the top.
Okay.
So when you were doing it, I could see it was like this.
Okay, it was too hard.
It was
too
too
much
hard.
pressure.
Yeah, so
I was barely touching it too.
That's, yeah.
just-
You can see the colors actually going, but it's only going where I'm putting it. And it's because I'm barely, there is not even a
Okay.
core, like it's this much of it's touching.
Right.
So that's, I think, a really important part of it, because even if it's like that, I can take a little bit of the oud color on here and get that line
Okay.
without it going all over. So I think pressure is your main thing.
Yeah, and speed.
And speed.
Pressure and speed.
Yep.
Okay. But how's it looking now?
Let me see.
How are we doing now?
I think that we can add a little bit more of
Oud.
oud. Ouda. You're just going to define a little bit more. That's fine. That's
Okay.
perfect. So now take this.
Okay.
Light.
Light. I can't even feel it. Is it even touching me?
That's what she said.
It doesn't look cut anymore.
It does look cut.
Does it? Okay.
It does. But we can enhance that. Enhance. So with this, you can just take like the small brush and kind of flick it upwards. I think that that's the thing that will help you a lot. It takes time. And I know
Yeah.
you're used to doing it a certain way.
Your muscle memory
Yes,
starts
yeah,
going
yeah.
when you practice with something like this. And a
Absolutely.
lot of the makeup stuff is really a lot of practice.
Yeah,
you know?
definitely. So you had said the crease was...
See how that's like, it's so much, like yours is so much, like I feel like I've blended away.
Oh, that's no big
that
deal.
shade. It's so much more fun when you make noises when you pat your eyeshadow on. Even when I'm by myself, I find myself going, like, it's fun. It makes it more interesting.
Now we just need to blend it a little bit. Softening, really.
Okay.
So you could just, circles is fine.
Okay.
Wouldn't that make a different noise than like the patting?
That's what I was trying
Would
to
it be
think.
like
I was
whoosh, whoosh, whoosh.
Yeah, like a la 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 la.
That looks good.
Okay, there you go. That blended nicely. That's good.
See?
Yeah.
You did it.
Should we do eyeliner and mascara off camera?
Yeah.
And then come back and conclude.
Sure.
Sound good?
Yes.
All right. We'll be right back. Oh, girl. Or boy. Oh, my goodness. Look what I just did.
I was showing her the Naked Duochromes, the Ivory collection. Amazing.
This little guy in her corner.
It changes everything. It's so good. You look so good. You're like a happy like you remind me of Kevin from Up. But like in a good way.
Okay, we'll go with that. And then we just did a little bit of this guy on the lower lash line, just to kind of
dark,
finishing it
yeah.
up. Just this on the outer corner, and then a little bit this in the center, and then we smudged a little bit of this shade, believe it or not, Fiji on the outer part, just a little bit. Like you can see, it's not bright blue. Just blended it in with the gray. Just give it a little bit more something,
yeah.
something, but I think it came out really good.
Yeah. You did it!
Yay,
You did it!
you, Alicia.
And it looks amazing!
Thank you for helping me. Now I just need to practice.
Yes.
And get really
And I'm gonna check in on you.
Okay.
I'm gonna be like,
definitely
let's
should.
see. I want to see it.
Well, with my reviews, I like to do a look with them. So we'll see if I can apply some of these techniques, and we'll see how it goes.
Yes!
But thank you so much for having me on your channel.
I'm so excited that you're here. You guys
appreciate
need to check her out.
Thank
Her stuff's
you.
amazing. We're doing a video on Jen's channel. We're filming it right now, and I'm really excited.
We're about to film it. My friend Liv from Liv Loves Her Makeup did this tag a couple months ago, and I was just leaving. Somewhere was around when I left, and I was like, oh my gosh, I want to film this video. I was like, oh, I'll film it with Leisha. So if you haven't seen the Spill the Tea tag video, we're filming it on my channel. It's very interesting, and I cannot wait to hear Alicia's answers.
So check that out. I'll link it below. Awesome. And yeah, so we'll see you next time.
Bye.
Oh
You're doing B-roll.
Yes. Sorry. I'm like, why isn't she looking up? It's like 20 seconds of looking down.
I didn't know what you were doing.
I'm sorry.
All right, there you go. I can do the down.